What's up, YouTube? Today we're taking a look at some knives that have, at least in my collection, withstood the test of time. They have weathered time's vicious winnowing, and they have been around the block, so to speak. These are things that, from when I bought them to now, they don't get put up very much. And if they do, it's almost always an accident, and I'm quick to bring them back out because I like them, and they simply work. They're easy to use and they're efficient. First things first, we're going to look at a Mercator K55K, the Black Cat. It's a German knife. They're still making them to this day. It doesn't get enough love, in my opinion, and I think one of the reasons for this is it puts many of the modern knives that you see to shame. Why? Well, you can also get this in stainless steel. I don't have it in stainless. Well, I have the slip joint version in stainless steel. But there's all sorts of different versions. And when you first get it, it has gold paint in here to show that it's not been used, basically. And that's, kind of how you know, well, you're getting this fresh. These are about 40 bucks. I would say almost totally and completely worth it. Made in Germany by people who are paid a living wage. For me, that's important when it comes to most of my gear. Some gear I just can't get away from it, or it's just too ridiculously expensive, or it's not as cool as other stuff, and then I kind of got to bend the knee to the world economy, for better or worse, but usually for worse right now. This is a great piece. It's got this right here. The design is just great. It's got this right here to kind of act as a guard against you snagging this. Then it works as kind of as a hilt. If you choke up, which you can't do, then it would be a sub hilt, but it's not a sub hilt. I put this on here to make it so I can open it one-handed. And I've actually used this in a defensive scenario, didn't have to hurt anybody. It was deterrent enough that I was left alone to my own devices and I walked away. It's just very cool. The K55K is kind of, there's like a code to it, basically. Some of it references the street it's made on, others, it's other stuff. The Mercator, made in Germany. Oftentimes I hear people worry, well, won't I hit this with my hand? The answer is no. I've literally never had that issue. It's a time-tested, time-proven design. This is the Duke that has got a lot of time on this channel. Worn, as you can see. It's still just doing its thing. Whenever I need what is basically a big straight razor, I reach for this. I've yet to have it fail. I've had it hung by the bail on packs. I've used it in all different scenarios. It is hard to overstate how well this works as a slip joint. You can also smash this together, and suddenly it is a fixed blade in a pinch. I've done that and then widened it back out. I just wanted to see if it would work. This is the God of Doom. There's a whole, in Malaysia, there's a whole backstory. Look it up. It's worth it. It's a fun, some of it's terrifying, but it's a fun kind of, until you get to the Algerian rebels using it to, do the worst things imaginable. Very easy to open. The gator snap does break in. It doesn't really go away. It just gets smoother. And it's hard, this is one of the first things I bought for EDC. I think it went this. I'm not sure when I got these. But I mean, I've got a lot of knives on the channel, ladies and germs, and I mean, this one has just stuck around and stuck around and stuck around and stuck around. It's not going anywhere. And can't really speak too highly of this. These two are great. They're all great, though. This is one of the only clipped knives I have. It is a Kershaw Speed Safe. Ooh, got a little bit of rust going. Almar design. It does look very much like an Almar. It's made in China, unfortunately. 8C30, with a subpar steel, but it does get the job done. Basically, I have this for places like the gym or hikes, or if I go for a jog. I can quickly throw this in my pocket, and I'm very well on my way. Has an... Ooh, I need to smooth out this edge. Yikes. Big yikes. Has an aggressive hollow grind. I think some people get a little bit carried away with, oh, that's a false edge. I don't think this is a false edge. I think it's just a swedge, and then you see that this comes down almost to the tip, making this a very strong tip. Carbon fiber, red spacers. You can put a lanyard on it if you want. Hard to, as far as fast knives meant for self-defense, it's hard to beat this. I get that this is, this is literally from almost 10 years ago. But it's stuck around for a reason. This is a older model of Nieto knives. It is a Nieto Fighter. I don't know if you can see it anymore. I took it off because it's just not very wise to have that kind of stuff on your gear, especially if you intend to use it for self-defense. It's a drop point for legal reasons. It's a drop point, and drop points are great for self-defense because the tips are so strong. This tip is a little dinged up, but I've smoothed it back out for the most part. You can see I have sharpened it. 12C27, which is a great steel. I know people kind of turn their nose up at it, but this is what they used to make razors out of, made in Spain. As you can see, it has a nice bit of file work. It has red spacers. It is a lockback. Micarta handles that are screwed on. You could call this a modern traditional, I guess. And then it has a very nice place for a lanyard. I like these type of lanyards because it makes it really easy to hang it on stuff. If you're out doing something with this and you're like out in the woods and you're messing around or doing whatever, this is a great piece. It's compact enough. It's not very heavy. Easy to open, and the handles where it shines has a great place for your hands. If your hands are bigger than mine, you might be out of room, but I have fat fingers, so it's not really... I mean, you might, I guess, but even then, I don't know. I think you would be okay. Some aggressive jimping. I might just tune all these knives up when this video ends. Get them back on the rods. Great piece. Great for everyday carry. Great for defense. Basically, that's true of all these. Even this, although it's a slip joint, the way that you can turn it into a fixed blade, I think in a pinch, if you really had to, you could. Obviously, you would need a little bit of time. But an end of the world scenario, WROL type of thing, SHTF. And then that brings us to one that really is used almost every day. That is the Swiss Army knife from Victorinox. I forget which version this is. I don't want to make a mistake because the Swiss Army knife people go just bananas. And at some point it's like, cool, dude. You know what I mean? Like, all right. I don't have all of the models memorized. This is an all, which is actually much more useful than you think. Some people say you could use it for defense. I don't know. I mean, like, are you in prison? How are you using this? It is much more useful than you think, though. This is a great addition. Bottle cap, lifter, opener. And then we've got a can opener. I use this every single day because I eat a lot of tuna right now. Granted, all right, here's some caveats too. People have heard that, if you've watched the channel, you know why. I'm a bachelor. Somewhere I do have a can opener. I put it away. I don't know where it is right now. I frankly just have better things to do than look for the can opener. I just leave this out on my kitchen table, and when I go to open something, this thing flies through it. I even put a tiny bit of an edge on this. Not really much of an edge, but it's not... It comes with this edge. I put another bevel on it, but it comes with what you can see there. It comes like that. I guess you could use this as some sort of flathead thingamabob. Not really for me. I don't do that. But along with all that, this portion, if you're former military, like myself, and little loose threads on your clothes drive you crazy, I end up reaching for this often when I get new clothes, just going over it, or I'll carry it with me. And that says THX 1138, which is from a movie by George Lucas, one of his lesser known early works. And this is I forget what it's called, but you can see this has seen some use quite a bit actually, where these handle scales are indeed dinged up. Yeah, this is a great tool. Granted, it's not necessarily as versatile as, say, the Champion or whatever it is, the Ace, that has like 68 different things and is super thick and you can put together a birdhouse with it or something. But look, that's literally these 5 are always out. They're not always in the same place, but they literally are always out and have always been out since I've got them. I've had some of them for going on 10 years. It is what it is, Another one that is basically always out is the Ford Peasant knife. It's away right now. It's in a bag. I'll go grab it. Hang on. The Ford Peasant knife was in the backpack that I had today. I don't like the small version. The small version, in my opinion, takes... what makes it positive, you lose some of it. Not all of it, but some of it. Obviously gets smaller, so the print and the profile is less. But I like how much handle real estate you get here. This steel is super duper good to go. It's super tough. It's awesome. This is a great knife. I get it's a peasant knife from Ford. I don't really care if it's a peasant knife. It's just great. It's awesome. And it's a friction folder, but this is the kind that this is really not going to close on you. And if you're really that worried about it, this lanyard, you can loop it around a couple times, and now it just, I don't even have to have my hand there. It can't close. So there's always that. Why do I keep this in a pack? Well, first of all, it's very inexpensive, makes a great pack knife. But these are really super easy to take apart. So if I have them and I like say I'm out and about and I'm hungry and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna, it sounds silly, but I don't want to eat out. I'll run to a store, I'll grab some food, maybe I'll grab a melon or something else. I can split it with somebody. These are easy to clean. And they make great pack knives because you can lace them through moly. And then, well, I would need a longer thing. I could do it. Then it's hanging off of something. But yeah, so this as well. All of those, I don't regret buying any of them. They all serve the same role but slightly different, and they're just the simplicity and ease of use, the way that all the steels are good to go. They're just great. So if you're looking, if you're just now starting, you're kind of stumbled on the channel, and you're like, I don't really. These EDC weirdos, these knife collectors, these tactical people, these preppers, like they're all like just in the military, and I say this with love. We would call them gear queers. They're way too into this stuff. It's just weird. Look, you can get any one of these. You don't have to necessarily get these models, but take what you like from them and apply it to something else, and then purchase them. All right. That's all she wrote for this one. Thanks for sticking with me to the end. Hope folks have a good rest of your day. Bye now.